I would like to welcome you all in the lecture series of data structure using C++. Here I am going to discuss most important passing package for the subject. If you invest one hour to 2 hours, surely I am going to promise you that you can clear the subject without an issue. So let's get started. Moving on to the discussion of the passing package for the subject data structure using C++. So coming to the first module. So in the first module, you are going to learn about the software engineering and C++ classes. First of all, you should understand what is software lifecycle. It is known as SDLC. So SDLC is a step-by-step process which is used to develop the software. That is a definition for software lifecycle. What are the important phases of software lifecycle? It involves requirement analysis, system design, implementation, that is coding, then testing, deployment, ultimately maintenance. So these are the 6 important steps which are concerning with respect to phases of software development or phases of SDLC, software lifecycle. So you may explain with the help of these terminology using a single block diagram. You can draw a flow diagram. Using the square boxes, you can mention requirement analysis, then that is connected to system design, that is also connected to coding, then testing, deployment. It would be better you can draw a simple block diagram in your exam point of view. That's all. That is one of the most important question for your university exam point of view. What is software engineering principle? Explain software engineering principle. Otherwise, what are the process involved in software lifecycle, or what are the important phases of SDLC? What are the important phases of software lifecycle? Like that also you can expect it, right? So let me get started. Another question: what are the important software development phases? What are the explain important software development phases? First one is requirement analysis. Collect user needs, number one. Number two, design. System architecture development. That is actually called development, basically system architecture implementation. Another one is called coding, writing the program. Another one is testing. Fourth stage is testing, finding the errors, going for debugging, okay, spotting out the errors, etc. Last one is maintenance, updating the software accordingly. So these are the important software development phases. So you may get a essay type question based upon this. You have to give some suitable examples so that you can convey the examiner without any issues. Other one is C++ classes. Difference between class and object. What are the major difference between class and object? Number one, class is a blueprint of an object. So objects are derived from class. That means object is an instance of classes. For example, class student, then int role. Here, name of the class is student and the name of the object is role. Okay, of course, role is a part of student. It is derived from the student, right? So that is the major difference between class and object. That is one of the most important concept for object-oriented programming. What do you mean by constructor? Other question. Constructor is a special function which is used to initialize the objects. So mainly for the initialization. In the Python programming, we studied about init method, right? So that is one of the example of constructor. Explain the characteristics of constructor. Same name as that of class, number one. Number two, there is no return type mentioned in the constructor. Also, once you declared, it is automatically called. That's another peculiarity of constructor. You try to explain these important points for your exam point of view. What are the types of constructor? We have default constructor, parameterized constructor, and a copy constructor. It would be better you can draw a table and make a comparison. So that is regarding the constructor. It is one of the most important question which I could observe various examination. Okay, so kindly take care of this. Other one is important question is operator overloading. Explain the operator overloading with the program snippet. You may get a question like this. So meaning is give an extra meaning to an operator. That means this operator will be used for like different purposes, so that we are going to overload the plus operator. Even star operator also same thing, right? So for example, a plus b. Similarly, 1 plus 2, 1.2 plus 3. 1.2 means it's a floating point. 1 is standing for integer. A plus b, that is a character based, right? So we can say we are going to overload the different operator. For example, 3 star 7, A star 3. A star 3 means concerning with respect to character. I'm going to print A 3 times. So 3 star 3 means I'm going to perform multiplication operator, right? So that means star is also considered as an operator overloading example. Template. function template. So you can see this syntax also. You can see one simple example also, right? Template, then class, add like TA, TB, then return A plus B. Okay, so that is actually called a template. So what do you mean by inheritance? Acquiring the properties of a parent class. For example, single, multiple, multi-level, etc. There is one simple example. Maruti 800, we consider as a parent class. So from the Maruti 800, so we have Alto 800, then Wagner, then we have Swift, we have Desire, we have Ciaz. So those things are called a child class, where parent class is Maruti 800. So that is one of the simple example which you can understand, and based upon that you can write some simple codes, simple programming you can write and convey the examiner. Acquiring the property of a parent class, that is actually having the peculiarity of child class. Types are single, multiple, multi-level. What do you mean by polymorphism? One function may appear in different forms. For example, print 1 plus 2. So that is concerning with respect to integers. Print hello world. So that is for string, correct? So print is a, for example, print can be used for displaying the output with different kinds. So the same function will be available in several forms. So that is what it is called polymorphism. So that is one of the example of function polymorphism. So achieved using the function overloading and a virtual function. That is a best example of a function polymorphism. Coming to module number 2, so it is based upon pointers array based list. So what do you mean by pointer data type? Pointer stores the address of the variable. For example, so A is a variable. So like I'm going to call a new pointer called P. So using the asterisk, that is star. So I'm going to finding out the address of the variable memory location. Where is the address of memory location that is going to be pointed out? So name of the pointer is star. Here name of the variable is A. What I'm going to do? So I'm going to find locate the address of the variable by using the pointer. So that is a speciality of pointer. So it is specify where is the address of memory location. So what do you mean by dynamic array? It is one of the repeated question. Dynamic array is a data structure that can grow or shrink in size at runtime. It is like unlike standard static array whose size is fixed at a compiling time. So dynamic array is entirely different from static array, where dynamic array, so it will shrink or it will grow during the runtime, where static array remains unchanged. So example is int star ARR. Okay, so this star ARR is known as dynamic array. That is new int 5. So it varies, size varies during the runtime. That is a peculiarity of dynamic array. What do you mean by copy constructor? Which is used to copy one object to another. That is called a copy constructor. Copy constructor in C++ is a special member function which is used to create a new object as a copy of already existing object for the same class. That is called a copy constructor. I hope you understood what is the meaning of copy constructor. So abstract class and pure virtual function. What are the major differences between abstract class and pure virtual function? That is one of the important question. So let us talk about an abstract class in a simple meaning. An abstract class is a blueprint class that cannot be instantaneous. Okay, just a moment. An abstract class is a blueprint class that cannot be instantaneated. That means you cannot create an object of it and they must be inherited. That is a peculiarity of abstract class. Okay, it's a blueprint class that we cannot cannot be instantaneated. In the sense you can't create any object from it. So that is actually called abstract class. You cannot generate any extra object from abstract class, and it must be inherited. Also, it contains at least one pure virtual function. So what is the meaning of virtual function? A virtual function declared with that is equal to 0 in the base class. All right. So which is forcing derived classes to provide their own implementation, which ensure a common interface of the related class. So example is you are supposed to use the keyword called virtual, then void, then name of the function that should be initiated to 0. So this is the way how to represent this abstract class function and a pure virtual function. I hope you got an idea. It is most important. So moving on to further discussion. So what do you mean by array based list? So list stored using an array. That is actually the meaning of array-based list. So it includes insertion, deletion, and transfers. And you can change the order, and you can add something, and you can delete completely. The advantages are very fast to access. The drawback is size is fixed. We cannot add or something like that. Size is actually remain same, right? So coming to module number 3, we call like a linked list and stacks. So linked list, it is a repeated topic. Collection of nodes are generally called linked list. Each node has a data plus link. That is what it is called a linked list. What are the types of linked list available? Singly linked list, doubly linked list, ordered linked list, unordered linked list. You can write and you can give some notation. You can graphically represent so that you can convey the examiner without any issue. So it is also a repeated question you can expect in the university examination. So what are the what are the concept? What is the concept of singly linked list? So we have creating a node, then insert at the last, display the list. For example, the keyword is struct. Then you are going to specify the name of the variable, that is node. Then integer data. Then this is regarding node star next. So what is going to happen? So linked list is going to be appeared. What is stack? Stack is nothing but it follow last in first out principle, LIFO principle, which involves push, pop, and peek operations. That is called stack. The important keyword is LIFO, last in first out. Operations push, pop, seek. Next is stack using array. So you have to follow the algorithm. How do you perform stack using array? It is very important concept for the examination. Initialize top equal to -1, push the element, then pop the element. These are the 3 important steps you are supposed to add in your answer book. It is must and should. So you can write some example. If you need, I can send you that programming exercise. Depends on the requirement. You send the comments so that I can send the code also, right? So other one is queues and algorithm, that is belong to module number 4. Queue is nothing but it follows first in first out principle, FIFO. Please don't forget this. It includes the following operations such as NQ and DQ. Okay. So that these are the 2 important operations concerning queue, right? Queue using array. It involves front and rear pointer. Priority queue is nothing but elements served based on the priority, right? That is called the priority queue. What is the meaning of priority queue? Elements are arranged or elements are placed according to its priority. Give some example also. Applications of queue, for example, CPU scheduling of CPU, traffic simulation. These are the applications of queuing, right? So other important question is searching and sorting algorithm. That is, if you want to study the data structure, you should know about the searching and sorting. So what is binary search? Condition, array must be sorted first, then algorithm, finding out the mid, comparing, dividing the array. These are the important steps which are involved in binary search, which is very, very important. Finding the mid, comparing, divide the array, right? So what do you mean by selection sort? Selecting the minimum element is known as selection sort. What do you mean by insertion sort? Inserting an element in the correct position is known as insertion sort. What do you mean by shell sort? Improved insertion sort is known as shell sort. Write an algorithm with a suitable example for each sorting, which is very, very important for your university exam point of view. Kindly make a note of this. What is binary tree? Binary tree includes each node has at least 2 children. That is actually called a binary tree definition. So tree traversals are in order, pre-order, post-order. In order stand for LNR. Pre-order example is NLR. Post-order is LRN. These are the typical notation and examples of tree traversal. Very, very important. Binary search, you can go for the representation starting from left, then root and right. That is a way of sequence of binary search which is shown in the diagram. What is ABL tree? It's a height balanced tree which is shown in the diagram. This is the way how to represent ABL tree. Other one is what is graph? Graph definition includes set of vertices and edges included in the graph. So adjacency matrix and adjacency list are the representation of graph. It is very important. So graph traversals are 2 types. One is BFS, other one is DFS. What is BFS? You can see the notations here. Depth first search is known as DFS, BFS, DFS. breadth first search is known as BFS. Difference between DFS and BFS are enlisted here. So traverses can be represented in this particular fashion. So traverse to the left subtree first, then traverse to the right subtree. That is the way how DFS operate. In the case of breadth first search, traverse to one level of children nodes, then traverse to the level of grandchildren nodes, which is shown in the diagram. You try to inculcate the same diagram in your university exam point of view, because this is one of the most important and repeated question for your university examination. Algorithm, DIJKSTRA. This is actually the identifying the shortest path. Okay, this algorithm. Prime's algorithm, that is minimum spanning tree. Okay, that is span between two nodes should be as minimum as possible. Topological sort, that is called DAG. Kindly elaborate little bit so that you can score well, right? Whenever you are presenting, you can draw the diagram like this. That is one of the tactic way to present your answers. Other one is explain SDLC. Important questions are explain SDLC, constructor and its type, operator overloading, pointer and dynamic array, stack using array, queue operations, binary search, and tree traversals. So these are the important questions you can expect in the university examination. Last moment memory tips are write down the definitions first, draw the neat diagrams wherever possible. Algorithm should be written first, later go for the points, then program, try to develop the program based upon the algorithm, so that you will be getting the try to get the full credits. So thank you very much for watching this video. Let me know if you have any questions related to this topic. So kindly please put a comment in the comment box so that I can answer. I wish you all the very best for your examination. Please don't panic. Based on your knowledge, you please gather all the information during the cool-off time of your examination. Try to present at the earliest, and you have to secure very good score for your university examination. At least you can clear the subject without any issues. So kindly work hard. Please follow these guidelines and tips. Surely you can crack your target within 2 hours. You can complete it, not an issue. I wish you all the very best for your examination. Kindly request you to give your valuable comments for the betterment. Happy learning. Have a great day. Thank you all.